Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Thursday, January 19, 2023. You know, honestly, just when you you think things can't get any more freaking laughable around here, well, it does. I'm talking about this repetitive pattern time and time again where, frankly, the United States looks like, the laughing stock of the world here. And I'm referring to this nonsensical dog shit, debt ceiling issue that comes up, repeatedly. Let's discuss a little. What is this whole thing about? What is the debt ceiling all about? I would hope that most of you know this, but let's just do a quick outline. It means basically this. The United States has maxed out its credit card. By law, it can no longer borrow anymore. So what does that mean is, well, the United States needs to, raise its own credit limit so it can borrow even more. Look, debts, deficits, and everything else connected to this, the slave system being run, being instituted by central banks, this is all part of the same freaking hypocrisy, you understand? And, now they're resorting to some kind of extraordinary emergency measures just so, this thing, which used to be the United States of America, I don't know what it has evolved or devolved into now, can, of course, continue to freaking function. But again, in order for that to happen, we got to borrow more. And then we're going to do the same thing. Hit the next debt ceiling. You got to borrow more. It can't stop. If there's one thing you should know from this video blog and have learned from this video blog is this relentless debt expansion cycle into infinity and beyond. It can't stop ever. The United States here, we max out our credit card. We become the laughing stock of the world because, of course, Congress can't get a damn thing done. They're all just a complete freak show on an unprecedented scale over there. Tell me again why we, the American people, are paying these people's salaries. Can you explain that? Because they're all the most dysfunctional bunch of freaking morons that have ever been placed on this freaking planet. Understand? But again, what else would you expect here? We got hundreds of billions of dollars missing or misappropriated here by the Pentagon. We have this debt expansion cycle going on in perpetuity, can't never stop. We got to continue to borrow and borrow and borrow and borrow just to function. And it's just pathetic here. Tell me why, again, here in the United States, we can't have even a basic budget anymore. That's right. Because we have to have unlimited spending so we can feed right into the central bank's plan to continue to inflate. Oh, yeah, that's it. Imagine my shock here. But that's really the truth. That's what's going on here. Okay. So what are they going to do about it? Of course they're going to raise it. Of course we're going to pull more cash into the now from the future and bear an even worse debt burden moving forward. Why do you think, for example, okay, look, I'm just going to go over this again real quick. Saudi Arabia wants something from the United States. Do they want weapons? Do they want love and kisses? I don't know. No, they want gold. Okay, they want gold because they understand, just as everyone else who follows this blog understands, that this entire thing is completely out of control. And at one particular time, this is going to get very real for people, but not until this entire systemically toxic global debt bubble gets even more inflated than it is right now. And whose back is this all on? Where do we have to go to borrow all this cash from? I'm going to give you one guess. Who makes all the cash? Where does it come from? It comes from central banks, in this case, the Federal Reserve. And these smug son of a bitches are sitting there smiling and laughing at you and me and everybody else. Because you know why? Because our loving, caring, moronic freaking members of Congress are going to string the entire population along as they sell us some other dog shit lie about more debt, and we got to pile on this, and we got to fund this, and expand wars, and missing hundreds of billions of dollars. And where's the uproar? Where is the uproar on all this? It's nowhere, because the people have been dumbed down to the point where they don't know who they are, what they're doing. They know what they must do every day. They must get up and go work for this fiat currency, for which they don't even own. These are IOUs that are owed back to the issuing central bank, plus interest that they create out of nothing. Oh, who came up with that kind of a situation? Really? But that's a fact. That's where we are, people. Make it up. Make any of this stuff up. Sincerely, honestly. Anyway, I did do my first shorts video. Say, look, I've been pondering this for a long time. I didn't want to do these things just for the sake of doing another freaking video. I do 2 a day as it is. I wanted to make this something worthwhile. Something of value to all of you here. So I'm going to do daily a commodities report. I'm going to talk about commodities. Today I did a very cursory kind of this shorts video, although I did it wrong. The format was wrong. I have to put it vertical for some reason. Okay, I'll work on that tomorrow. It's a work in progress. But I want this to be something that you and myself can, pay attention to understand where we're going. With regard to commodities, people, look, commodities are priced in dollars. Okay, I think this is pretty evident, and we all know that. Okay, with regard to the current situation here, with central banks clearly in some kind of coordinated dog shit race to the bottom to suck the purchasing power out of their respective currencies, you think honestly that this is going to be negative for commodities moving forward? No. In my view, look, first of all, I'm a big proponent of commodities. None more so than physical gold and physical silver. Physical silver, my ultimate favorite asset of all freaking time. You all know that. Eventually, this whole thing, debt ceilings, borrowing, and this hyper debt bubble, it's going to burst. It's going to burst, and it's not going to be by accident. Nothing that occurs in the financial markets at all is ever by accident. For example, Fed President Bulltard getting floated out yesterday to, get his buddies to short this market by saying, hey, you know what, the Fed's going to be more aggressive moving forward, which is total bullshit, because now they have this other freak out there, I can't remember his name, was saying the polar opposites, what they always do. They got one imbecile saying this, another imbecile saying that, to keep the market off balance. And I'm telling you, Fed President Bullard made money here, or his flunkies, his buddies made money by shorting the market. But that's all part of the hypocrisy that keeps going on here. You or me, if we were, this is rigging of the market. It's absolutely rigging of the market. It's market manipulation on an unprecedented scale. But how come that guy's not in handcuffs? You know why? Because they're unfreaking touchable, people. They're unfreaking touchable, and you know that. But where's the outcry? Where's the uproar? Nowhere. Only you and me. We're the only ones pissed off about it. Anyway, talking about commodities here. It's a very simple look. I've outlined for all of you since literally day one how this eventually is going to play out. And I'm just going to tell you again, in case you're new here. This debt bubble is not sustainable. It's going to go on for a while longer. It's going to burst when no one expects it to. That's number one. Number two, when it does burst, you are going to see bond yields spike so fast, so rapidly, and so out of control that people's heads are going to spin around like the freaking exorcist. This is going to crush global equity markets or stock markets, okay? And cash is going to move. In my view, it's going to go into mainly one place, but two. One, into commodities in aggregate. Period, the freaking end. If you think you're seeing high prices now, you haven't seen anything yet. And the second place it's going to go to, in my view, is all the big cryptocurrencies. Okay, so that's my opinion, and I would like to believe I'm entitled to it, and you're entitled to yours as well. You could think it's going to zero, whatever you want. Does Wall Street have their hands on this stuff? Absolutely. Is it rigged like everything else? 100%. But that's just my take on it. But just if you get one thing out of this video here, it's commodities. Commodities moving forward. And look, I'm not telling anyone here, number one, that you should buy commodities, okay? Because I got myself in trouble with that 2 times already. I am clearly on somebody's watch list. Now, with that said here, again, the meltdown of the debt market, rates spiking in uncontrolled fashion, melting down the global stock markets, cash doesn't fly away, it doesn't grow money wings and fly away to money heaven. It doesn't do any of that stuff. No, it just moves. It's going to move into commodities. So commodities for the long run, it's a no-brainer in Greg Mannarino's view. No-brainer. So I will be doing these shorts once a day around like 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, something like that. I'll go over commodity prices, and I got to do this in less than 60 seconds. Like I said, I want it to be something of value. I don't want to just come out here and blurt things out for the freaking hell of it. Anyway, so with that said, and stocks did fall under pressure today, but everything else did real well. Bitcoin back over 21,000, cryptocurrencies doing good, gold and silver did well, crude oil higher. The MMRI relatively flat. There's nothing going on here, people, in the debt market. Now, this stock market itself, it's due for a correction or some kind of a small pullback. Again, if you subscribe to my free newsletter, check your freaking inbox. There's a beautiful chart there of the S&P 500. I don't put this thing there for my own health. It's for all of you, all right? I showed you where the price action of the S&P 500 hit the top of, hit one of the Bollinger Bands on the top. Generally, that's a sign that the market's going to drop, and it has. All right, we'll wait and see where this goes here. A lot of this has to do, this market right now is, uncertainty as to what the freaks over in Washington are going to do, because we need to max out our credit card yet again. We're already done. We're done. Every developed nation on this freaking planet is done, and they are slaves to their central bank, and they got to continue to pull cash into the now and inflate further. So all this shit about slowing down inflation, stopping inflation, all they're doing here, central banks, as you well know, is killing demand. And they're killing demand by crushing the consumer. And not one of our loving, caring representatives is saying, hold on a second here. You're hurting the consumer so you can maybe in the future, by some miracle, inflation is going to stop. The truth is being withheld from everyone. That central banks have the power to turn this around in a nanosecond. All they have to do is contract the money supply, people. That is it. Central banks have the power to force financial institutions to raise their capital reserve requirements. Contract the money supply. That's the root cause of inflation here. You understand what I'm telling you? I know you do, but where's the outcry? Where's the uproar? Nowhere. It's going to be nowhere. It doesn't matter how many billions of dollars are missing or misappropriated, ended in some freak's pocket, how much money we got to throw at a war that's going to go on and on and on and on, a proxy war that's going to go on and expand, and everything else you could think about here. We're funding this, and it's out of control, and everything else connected to it. All of this is going to get monumentally worse. And do you know why? Because there's nobody talking about this other than you and me. There's nobody taken to the streets. There's nobody up in arms. So there's just nothing going on here. They're just done here. They've been turned into zombified, subhuman, some kind of animal mentality. All they do is they have no ability to think anymore. People have no ability to think. If you have been someone that follows this blog and understands the concepts that I cover every freaking single day, trust me on this. You're way ahead of the curve. You can at least think. You can ponder these things. You have the ability to contemplate things. And most people, they have no clue at all. None, zero. Like I said, they can't walk and chew gum at the same time. They're just brain dead. And what do you think? They've been dumbed down to the point of where literally they don't know what's going on anymore. They've been turned into drones or something like this. Do you think any of this would fly in the days when our forefathers were around and created this nation? People would be in full-on revolt right now. Except no, they sit in their little houses. There's no, and they what do they do? I don't even know what people do. I really don't, because I don't consider myself like an average guy who sits around and does nothing. And you're not either. You and me, you have to understand, we are able to see things in a completely different perspective than most people can. They have no ability whatsoever to put some kind of a coherent thought together. None. And they've devolved into some kind of, animal. They're not even human beings anymore. It's crazy. It really is. All right, with that said, people, look, I covered a lot with you here. I do want to hear from you as always. And you will see me tomorrow in the morning. We'll get another video out, cover this stuff here. And please, share this stuff. Get it out there. You won't find Greg Mannarino anywhere. I count on you, all of you, to get this work out there. Share it. You're not gonna. I can't imagine you're gonna find another blog like this. I don't look. Am I a target? Absolutely, I'm a target. You're probably a target too, just by watching this video blog. Okay? You think they just this is something that's just going idly by when you got a guy out here? I think honestly. A truther of maybe the highest possible order. I don't care what they want to do to me. If they take this channel down, I'll find somewhere else to go. I will not stop because this is my mission here, and I need you to help me fulfill the goal. This is our thing. It's not Greg Mannarino's thing. So share this stuff. Get it out there. Talk about this. I got a free chat room on my website, traderschoice.net for you. A free newsletter. Everything. It's important stuff. All right, look. I'm going to get going because I am freaking sweating. This shit really does get to me. Love all of you. See you tomorrow.